Well, hello everyone and good evening. This is Sue from Sue's Paper Creations coming to you from Victoria, BC. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I am here tonight to create with you a couple beautiful cards. And we are going to be using some of the gorgeous DSP or designer series papers that are on the last chance list, as well as one of my favorite stamp sets that is on the last chance list. So I'm going to show you a couple beautiful cards that you can create using Vellum. So it's going to give you some ideas of how you can use your Vellum to really make some simple cards that are beautiful. And I thought, seeming I have already gone through the holiday catalog this evening, and I have marked up my book. I have marked everything that is going to be going on the last chance list. There's a sale that's going to be happening in, let's see here, 8, 9, 10, 11, 3 hours. Just under 3 hours from now, we have got a last chance list for our holiday catalog. So that means that majority of this catalog is going to be while supplies last. Some of the items in this catalog will have a nice little discount on them as well if you place your order correctly. So I'm going to walk you through all that just so that you know what you need to know for the sale. See if there's anything in there worth getting for you. See if your favorites are going out of circulation or not. Okay, so hello Pat, Gail, Judy, nice to see you here tonight. I'm excited. We're going to create some cards and we're going to go over a few things that you may want to know. You might want to know what things are going to be going out of the catalog, okay? And once they're gone, they are gone. Some things we get to keep, and some of my favorites were on the list of things that we're going to be keeping, but there is some stuff that I wish wasn't going and it will be. Unfortunately, that's just what happens. So let's check out my desk area, and oh my goodness, am I upside down? Oh no. It is going to be one of those nights that I may have to create upside down. Do you guys remember when I had to do this a while back? I'm just going to adjust my camera, see if I can shake it into the right direction. So bear with me for a minute. Let's see. Okay. Whew. You know, I can do it if I had to. I've done it before, created everything upside down, but looks like we are good. Okay. Whew. I don't have to work so hard. Okay, so let's have some fun tonight. I am going to show you what I'm going to be using out of here, and I think it may be some of your favorites here. Hello, Marianne, Judy, welcome, ladies. So going through the holiday catalog, I did mark up a few things, pretty much everything that's going to be going out of circulation. So I thought I would quickly run through and just show you. I'm going to widen my camera so you can check it out. There may be some things you might want to grab. There's some things that are already gone, unfortunately, but a lot of the stuff for now it's holding, but once it hits that list, stuff starts to go quickly. So I'm just going to show you quickly a few things, and then we are going to be creating with this stamp set and some vellum and some gorgeous, gorgeous papers. And so I'm going to show you a couple great card ideas and a tip for when you're embossing and vellum, okay? All right, so let's dive in here and we'll do a quick overview and then we'll get to creating two fabulous cards, okay? Hello, Jennifer and Aaron, welcome. Okay, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I just finished, like I said, going through, marking everything up. We have got a walk in the forest papers are gone. So anything that I've circled are going to be going out of circulation. And if you like it, you might want to grab it. Oh, yes, I did do some fun things on my nails. Pat just noticed I've got some pumpkins on there, and I've got a little checkers. just some fall fun. So yes, I did do my nails. All right, so we've got some papers there. Okay, this hoe set here, so adorable. And this is the Merry, Bold, and Bright. We have got pretty much everything is going in this suite. The only thing that looks like it might be staying, I'll have to double check on that because I didn't see it on the list, but the iridescent adhesive back discs. So I don't know whether those are staying or not. They weren't on that list, but they weren't on either one. So it could just be that they forgot to put them as retiring. But the only thing that they've got discounted is the foil sheets at 10%. Everything else though will be gone. So if you do want to get it, you're going to want to grab it. Okay. Moving along, let's see. St. Nicholas. So the St. Nicholas bundle, it is unfortunately going to be going. It's going to be one of the ones that are going to be going. So again, if it's one you want to grab it. Now, there is some things that are staying. I'm so excited that these gorgeous Marius trees will be staying. They will either be going into just online for availability, or there is a chance they may end up in our new annual catalog that's released in May under the Christmas section. Okay, so we'll have to wait and see. But the only thing is with these bundles that are in here that we are keeping is that when they do go into new circulation, they will no longer be a bundle at 10% off. So if they're on your list and you want to save that extra 10%, then you can grab them, but they will be around probably for the next year. Okay, so you don't have to rush if it's just one of the things on your list, but if you want to save a little bit of money, you can grab them. Now, this one here, this makes me sad. I love this set. In fact, I'm going to show you one card because I just happen to have it here that I created using the Joy of Christmas papers and this little festive and fun. So this one will be going out of circulation and it is adorable. It's a fun one to color. And this is a little fun fold that I created with these little critters here. So cute. It is a good one. So if you love cutesy stamps, this is a cutesy one that's going to be on its way out. Okay, so that's the Festive and Friends we say goodbye to. For this one, I was actually surprised that some of these papers, like the Shining Brightly, is not staying because they are so gorgeous. But the only things that we are keeping in this suite is this gorgeous navy and gold glittered ribbon we are keeping. We are also keeping the hybrid embossing. So this embossing folder we are keeping, I believe. I'm just going to check on the next page. But the actual stamp sets in the bundle, the Night Divine bundle, the beautiful Holy Night papers, and the Shining Brightly, they will all be going. Yes, it is the Stars of Night hybrid embossing folder. So it will be going, but the actual embossing folder that contains, it's the embossing folder and the dies. So that portion there is 30% off. So a couple things I wanted to go over, just because if you bundle things in a certain way, you're going to get deals. If you just grab bundles, then you're just going to get the 10% off the bundle, okay? But if this was a bundle that you were wanting, because half of the bundle is on 30% off, it is actually a better deal for you to purchase the stamp set Stars of Night separately, and then the Stars of Night hybrid embossing folder, okay? Because you're going to end up with 30% off of this, which will make it cheaper than just getting the bundle. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. And there's a couple of them that are going to be like that. And so that's why I wanted to kind of go over it, because You want to know when it's the right time to buy them separately to get a deal and when it's fine to keep them together. So these ones are going. The Rocking Horse, the Shop the Town. We're keeping, I'm so excited, the Forever Forest. It's just such a fabulous bundle for just masculine cards and nature cards in general. And for us West Coasters, I mean, this is what we see all over the place, is these beautiful trees. They're right outside the hoe. I look and it's just trees way in the back that are huge and beautiful like this. So I'm excited. We're getting to keep that one. It just will no longer be a bundle. Okay. This is the stamp set I'm going to be using. I love it. I love big, chunky words that can be a focal point with some beautiful papers. You can see some great examples here. They've done a little bit of wash over one, a little bit of, looks like probably inked it up in one color and then dabbed it to make it multicolored, and then some on vellum there. But it's just so pretty, and we're going to use that tonight, so I'm excited. But it is going to be going. Berry Christmas. We have to say goodbye to Berry Christmas, and I think we're keeping the embossing folder, if I remember right, is the only item. Everything else will be going out of circulation. Okay. Gift of giving. I love this stamp set with the Santa and the gifts, and I've seen quite a few people make some fabulous hot chocolate holders and stuff out of this. Have a cup of cheer, and this one's cute to cut out and pop out too. So it's a great stamp set, but we got to say goodbye to it. The Winter Owls bundle. Another one it's going to be hard to say goodbye to, but it will be going. And we are keeping our big background stamps here. These two are keeping, so that's good. Okay. Now in these gorgeous products, these are the papers I'm using tonight. I'm going to use the Joyful 12 by 12. I'm going to use this great green and gold paper, and then I am going to be using one of the Joy of Christmas. This is my favorite papers, just so classic Christmas. And although we got to say goodbye to those, they're still available right now. And the only thing that we've got that we are keeping for sure is this gorgeous black and vanilla ribbon. So everything else is going to be last chance. So these things are all available now. There's only a few things that are totally gone, and I know which ones they are. I'll let you know. But yeah, like I said, last chance means just till they are still available. Okay, this was my favorite. These dies, stunning, stunning. I use them a lot for my tag dozen, and we have to say goodbye to those. So that's a sad one. This one here. Okay, so like I was saying, some things you want to buy separately. This is going to be one of those things, okay? If you would like the Sending Cheer bundle and you put it through as the bundle, you're not going to get 40% off, okay? But if you put through the Sending Cheer stamp set, you will get 40% off the stamp set, which is fabulous. And you do the Sending Cheer dies separately, you're going to get 40% off these as well. So this is when you want to put two different codes in, buy them separately, and you will get 40% off those ones. So this is a great deal starting at, well, in about 2.5 hours. These guys are going to be 40% off, so they will go quickly, but you have to buy them separately, okay? So that's a big one. We have a couple that are like that. Jolly Words, adorable, but we got to say goodbye. Radiant Light. This one's very, very pretty, and it is going to be going, and so is the Wishes All Around bundle. So the dies in the stamp set. Again, it's very beautiful. These paper are these gold, brush gold cards and envelopes. They're going to be going as well. So, you know, grab them if you want them. These beautiful, we got a few things that are staying, which is great. We get to keep the gems. We get to keep the Snowflake Magic Papers. Oh no, Snowflake Magic Papers are going, sorry. The ribbon, the gems, and the Winter Meadow papers are all staying. So these 3 things are staying. These 2 are going, okay? All right, we got the Magical Meadows. We have to say goodbye to that. But we are keeping our Snowflake Punch, which I love it, the Sparkling Snowflake Tag Topper Punch, and we're keeping our snowflakes. So you'll probably see those in maybe online or in the annual catalog. Those ones are very good. All above it all bundle. If you love this one, if you're skiers or know people that ski, this is a great little set. It's just a great winter one too. And you could make it for just a nice woods one that isn't Christmas, right? Let's adventure together. So it is very cute, but if you want to get a deal on it, the dies are 30% off, but the bundle is not. So again, you'd want to buy the stamp set separately and then buy the dies separately so you can get 30% off the dies. Okay, so it's one, buy separately, because if you buy it as a bundle and the last chance sale, it will not be 30% off, right? So you're just going to get 30% off the dies. So pop those codes through separately. Now this is an interesting stamp set, and I'm surprised people didn't use this more because it is very useful for all year round. You've got these fern leaves and all these cute little leaves that you could use for spring and summer. You've got a little bow in here. You could use this even for on birthday gifts, that sort of thing. But then you've got the pine cones, which bring Christmas in, and these little bells. And the way this works is it's called reversibles because first you stamp the fern, maybe in a dark color, and then you flip the stamp. I'm just going to use this as an example. You flip the stamp over and then you ink it up, and then you stamp over what you've stamped, and it fills in the backdrop like these right here. Okay, so you can use them together or apart and do a backdrop and then a darker color, and it looks quite nice. And this stamp set is 60% off. So this one is only $12. So it's kind of a cool one that, you know, if you want just little pine cones and sprigs and stuff, it's a good one to have in your stash. Okay, I like to show you the deals so you can grab them. This one, we got a couple things we get to keep. I'm so glad. Oxidized copper paper. Yay, we're keeping that. This distressed tile, I love it. It's one of my favorite new embossing folders because you can use it as, well, I've done it with kind of like a metallic feel to it where I've rubbed embossing powder over the texture and sprinkled like silver and gold embossing powder over top, and it makes like tarnished tin, which is beautiful. So you can do all sorts of techniques with this, but it's also just a great basic all year round backdrop for things. It makes cards elegant. That's what I like. Steps them up a lot. Okay, we get to keep our All About Autumn suite. It just won't be a bundle anymore. So if you want to get the 10% off, this is when you grab it. This is a beautiful fall one, and we are saying goodbye to it, but the dies, again, are on 30% off, just like the other ones. So these are on 30% off the dies, but the stamp set isn't. So if you want to get it at a cheaper price, it means that you are purchasing the stamp set. So you put in the code of the stamp set, and then you put in the code of the dies separately to get that deal. Okay? Sound good? Hello, Janice. Hello, Corinne. Welcome. Okay. Now, let's see. We are keeping the rustic crate. That is great for all seasons. It has everything for every season in it. It just won't be bundled anymore, so to keep that in mind. These decorative masks, I love these. And they are so pretty. I love even the snowflakes and the fall leaves. And they are going to be going out of circulation. $14.50. I love our masks. And I will give you a little tidbit. We are going to have a fabulous, fabulous set of masks that are going to be coming in the new catalog in January. The new mini catalog has another set of them, and I'm so glad. You're going to love it. That's all I can say. Can't say anything more. Okay. We get to keep this stamp set, the So Sincere, which is great. I did get this one, and it has a lot of great greetings in it and beautiful font. Okay. Some meaningful greetings, which I love. Now we're getting a lot of Halloween stuff is going to be going out. In fact, the little ghosts and glow-in-the-dark ghosts and bats, they've been gone for a little bit now. They're totally gone now, but you can still get this bundle here, the bag of bones and stuff. It's not on sale, but if you love Halloween and you want to get that one before it goes, then grab it. Same with our pick of the patch bundle with our little pumpkin builder here. It's going to be gone. So it's a cute fall one. Okay, let's see. Okay, so for this page, we get to keep our pearls. I love these pearls. I use them for one of my monthly kits. They're just so pretty. And the rest of this is going, except for this punch, we are keeping. Yes. So the modern oval punch we're keeping, but the actual stamp set is going to be going. Okay, so if you are wanting to get the whole bundle and get the punch with it, then now you want to grab it. Okay, because after this stamp set is sold out, it's sold out. Okay, but we are keeping the punch. We get to keep the punch. Okay, in fact, there is a celebration. These are another little hints I'm giving you. There's a celebration stamp set that we use this punch with. Okay, celebration comes up in January. Okay, more wishes. We're keeping that one. And we're keeping our translucent florals. It just won't be a bundle when it goes into the new catalog. So if you want to get the 10% off, now is the time. This medley mix, which matches with the ink and tiled punch pack. So the punches that punch out these two shapes here, this one goes with that, and it is going to be going out of circulation, that stamp set. Okay, so this is another one we're keeping, but it just won't be bundled. And I'm glad we're keeping this one because Mother's Day will be here before we know it, and this is going to be a beautiful stamp set for Mother's Day. First my mother, forever my friend. I love that. Okay, whale watching, saying goodbye. Cherry Patterns Embossing Folder. Now this is one that a lot of people didn't really even see this in the catalog, but it's got some texture in here, two great textures, and it's 10% off. It's going 10% off, but you get the two small embossing folders, and I love this circular one. Oh, okay. We're keeping throughout the year. Okay, now we're getting some deals. We have got our 40% off. Here's some good deals for you. 40% off, year to celebrate. So this one here, it's got the happy birthday, happy new year, let's party and congratulations. I think it's great. Sure, it's great for New Year's, but you're going to use it more for a birthday stamp set, right? And it is down to $15.60, 40% off. That one's 40% off. Okay, the gift card envelopes, which fit, of course, gift cards perfectly. Those are down to $5.78, so 30% off of those, and you get 20 of the envelopes. We are keeping the fabulous, aren't they just fabulous, deckled circle dies. We get to keep those. The Cheers to the Season. This one is going down 30%. And again, it's one that when you stamp this in certain colors, It looks gorgeous. So this one is down to $23.80. So that is a good deal. Okay. This is another one that's going to be parting ways. We're breaking up the bundle. We are getting rid of the Curvy Occasions stamp set will be going, but we are keeping the Curvy Label Punch. Okay, so we're keeping the punch, but the stamp set will be gone. And then this is one I've actually seen. I thought the Cheers wine glass would be carried over. Let me double check. I have my official list, and I do believe it is not. Nope. It is. It is not. Nope. Cheers to the season is not. Nope. But this one here, the Warmest Heart Bundle, I saw actually quite a few demonstrators do a full class on this, and it is really cute. It is a cute stamp set, and I think it would be cute for all year round because it has the Get Well Soon. It has You Warm My Heart, Thanks. So it's not really, you could use it for Christmas and, you know, pretend like it's a hot chocolate type of thing, but they have marked both of the pieces 40% off. So this is another one that if you like this stamp set and all the little pieces in the dies, which are really cute, you want to make sure that you don't order it as a bundle. You order it just as the stamp set, the Warmest Heart stamp set, and then the Warmest Heart dies. So to get the 40% off each piece, which the stamp set goes down to $15, and the bundle, or sorry, the dies goes down to $22.20, which makes it what? $37.20 for the entire bundle. Okay, but you have to order the pieces separately. Okay, so I just like to point those things out because otherwise you're not going to get the deal on that. Okay, all right, so that is the lowdown for the last chance sale, and I wanted you guys to know what was going on, how to get the best deals by separating the pieces, separating those bundles when one piece is on sale. Okay, or both. All right. Are we ready to create a card together or two? Let's do it. So I have prepared a few things, and I'm excited to create with this. Like I said, the Joy to You was one of the first stamp sets that I actually got out of the holiday catalog because I love having a big chunky greeting on the front of the card, and then all that you need is, I just want to make sure I don't have too much glare here, then all that you need is some beautiful papers. So let's bring in some beautiful papers, and I'm going to show you how you can create a gorgeous card. Okay, so I'm bringing in some of the papers that I showed you that are going out of circulation. This one here is from this is the Joy of Christmas. It is Joyful Specialty Designer Series papers. So in here, you've got all your papers have gold on them. Love it. So you've got the musical notes. You've got the green check, which I'm using. You've got this gorgeous golden wood, which I'm going to be using that for an embellishment, and you'll see that in a second. And then you've got this one here, which is white, and it's got the holly and stuff in the gold and the leaves, and then the red cherry cobbler berries. So this is really, really pretty paper, and I wanted to feature one of our specialty papers and using it with vellum. Okay, so vellum's one of those things that we probably all have in our craft room, but we may not pull it out as often as we do other pieces of paper. Like you almost forget about it at times, right? So I'm going to show you a beautiful card which is going to use the vellum. It's going to be using some gold embossing powder and I have got a little tip for you that I'm going to show you on heating up with your vellum so the paper doesn't curl as much, okay? And I'm going to get out my heat tool, and I've got my gold embossing powder, okay? So let's create a card together, shall we? I'm going to get out my stamp, and here it is right here. So I'm going to use Sending Good Tidings in this season of cheer. This is what I'm going to be putting as the focal point on this card. And I'm going to be using some gorgeous vellum to do that. Okay, so I'm going to need my Versamark because we need that when we stamp with our embossing powders. And I'm going to be pulling in our gold embossing powder. Now I'm going to also bring in, do I have my, where's my embossing buddy? I just have to call for my buddy. There he is. Okay, so I've got my embossing buddy, and I'm just going to run it over my vellum. Okay, and I'm going to use my stamp, and I'm going to stamp my clear Versamark directly onto my vellum. And we are going to do this greeting in gold. It is going to look fabulous. Okay, so I like to line it up my grid paper. Let's see, we'll go like that. And just so I can see. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp this right in the center, or as center as I can be. Okay, now vellum's a smooth surface, so you just have to give it a moment. Don't rush it, and make sure you don't move it around too much. Okay, I think that's good. It's going to stick right to it. Okay, I expect that. And I'm going to pull it off. There we have it. And now I'm going to dip this into my bucket of gold. Here we go. All right, I could probably just tilt it around a bit. There it is. Love it. Okay. So I'm going to just tap off the extra, and that looks pretty straight. I'm pretty happy with that. So you can see my embossing powder on there. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clip this onto my clipboard. Now, the reason why, you may ask, why do I have foil on my clipboard? And that is because I'm going to be heating up with my heat tool. I'm going to put it on a low setting. I just want to make sure I get that little extra there. Don't know what was on there. Okay. I'm going to put it on a lower setting. So our newer heat tools, I've also got one of the old ones from years and years ago, but these ones have two settings, a low and a high. The low they recommend using for when you do heat up on vellum, okay? But also what I like to do is I like to have a clipboard in which I clip my vellum onto that I have to heat, because of the aluminum foil on here, what's going to happen is it's going to heat this embossing powder from the bottom as well, which means that it's going to cause this to emboss quicker, and therefore it won't be exposed to the heat as long. Now let me just see if I can get it going here. Come on. It's taking a while because it is on a lighter. There it is. That's what I want. So you can see it now starting to go. And because I've got aluminum foil underneath there, it is going to heat up quicker. Okay? If I wanted to blast it with the higher setting, I could do that. There would be a greater chance of it curling a little bit, but it would still be fairly quick because I have the aluminum foil underneath. So that is your tip for heating up vellum. Okay, let's see. I'm chancing it. And I'm chancing it, look at that, see? So, whoo, it goes quick, and the reason why it's going so quick, look at how fast that goes now, is because I have the foil underneath. So the foil is conducting heat from the underneath, and it is causing that to really set up quickly. You see the difference? Okay. So you can almost get away with a higher setting. Oh, right there. Just because, there we go. We've got that foil underneath. All right, so that's a little tip for you with heating with foil. Okay, and it didn't really warp too much because it can warp quite a bit if you really hit it with that heat tool, that hot heat tool. Okay, all right. Okay, so now I have got a little piece of white cardstock, and what I did was I made a piece that was smaller than the vellum, but to go underneath just where the greeting is. And can you see how putting a little bit of white under there is going to pop that gold greeting, and it's going to add a beautiful little halo around our greeting that's on the vellum. Okay, so I'm going to start for this one, and I've got a few little embellishments too, and I have to figure out where I'm going to put those, but we'll figure it out as we go. I'm going to grab my paper. I'm going to add, first of all, some glue underneath here, like that. And I wanted to use the gold. As soon as I saw this paper, I'm like, I have to do some sort of gold embossing because it pulls all that gold out of the pretty designer paper, right? Because it has the gold check in there. And it's kind of nice because it's not too much of a frilly card. It's more, I guess you could do a more masculine card, but it lightens it up with having that vellum, makes it more kind of airy for sure. Now these dies here are from the Classic Christmas. And like I said, I'm so sad that these ones are going out of circulation because there's so many great standalone dies in that set. But I wanted to add just a tiny, tiny bit of greenery. Now I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add it underneath, but you're still going to be able to see it on top as well. Okay, so it'll be kind of underneath, but you're going to be able to see it once we've got our vellum over top. So I'm going to glue it just like this. I'm going to add it to the back, and I've got a few little bits and pieces that I want to add. So I'm going to do a little bit of greenery coming out from this side, and it will even peek out and around that vellum, which I think will be pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and poke out these pieces. Do I have my take my pick tool? Oh, I do. I was working earlier at creating, I should actually probably show you one of the cards, but for the trucking along, when that stamp set and the bundle originally came out, it sold out so fast, the trucking along. It's back in circulation now. It's the one with the little truck punch. It's fabulous. So at the time, and I knew it would go out quickly, but we didn't think it would go out within like a day. I offered for anyone who happened to purchase that bundle through me that I would do a little card class. So here we are. It is now finally, it's back in circulation, so people can now get that trucking along bundle. And I have just got 3 cards, adorable cards that I'm going to be making, and I've started to make them already. I'm packaging everything up, and if you ordered that bundle through me when it first came out or any time in between, or if you want to grab that one now, I'll show you what it is in a second. I will end up, I'm going to do a live free class, but you will have all the pieces that will be pre-cut. Okay, so I should have it in the mail by the end of the week, and then I will announce when that class is going to be. So I'm excited to finally have the time to be able to do that because I had a lot going on for a while, just with my parents and stuff. So now we can do it. Okay, so I'm going to be adding a little bit of greenery top and bottom, just like that. So we've got some holly, some gold holly, and then we've got just some greenery. And then we're going to add this over top. So you can see how it's just kind of peeking underneath. It's subtle, but it's very, very pretty. You've been waiting for that truck one. Yes, it is coming, which is great. Okay, now I'm gonna have to be strategic when I place my glue on here. I'm actually going to use some glue dots, and the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm going to be rolling up the glue dots, and I'm going to be placing them where the actual greetings are. So all I do is I roll it up, and I'm just gonna place, I'll show you in a second here, I'm gonna strategically place just a few of them so that it won't be as noticeable. So I'm kind of going where there's letters that are long and skinny, and one kind of on either side, maybe one in the middle, and it will be enough to tack this down. And again, I'll pull this up closer so you can see what I'm doing and see how it makes it so you don't see the glue dots in behind. Okay, so can you see where I have put those glue dots? I have gone ahead and I put them where the greetings are, also up and down, vertical there, so that you don't actually see the glue dots from the front, right? Because we don't want to be able to see those glue dots from the front. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just put that over top of the white, and look at how beautiful that looks. A little bit of greenery with some vellum, and that's pretty much all you need. Now I'm going to add a few little embellishments here, and I'm also going to take this piece right here, and because I've got it, more and more I'm trying to use up scraps from pieces that you use on the front of the card. So these are the pieces that end up in your pile. You know what I mean by the pile? We all have a pile. We have a pile of scraps that I've got a pile started right here, actually, right by my desk. But every time we make a card, right, you end up with strips of paper in which you have left over from when you cut down the main piece that's on the front of your card. And so I want to encourage you to take those strips of paper and just maybe add a little bit on the inside, or add a little bit on the coordinating envelope that's going to go with that card. And glue, let me see, I've got an envelope right here. Let's see, I've got my envelopes, all right? And glue a little piece, again, a scrap that's left over, just glue it, you know, maybe up the side here. Something decorative on your envelope so that when you give this card away, people are going to say, wow, you want the extra, that extra length. And, you know, for you, you're like, oh, thank goodness I'm using some of my scraps. But you also have a envelope that coordinates with your card, so they get to see how pretty this card is going to be, right? So remember to do that. All right, let's get a few embellishments, and then we're going to do one more. Okay. Let's see what I have got. Okay, this is a good one. I'm going to use these golden little gems here. There is some kind of goldish ones, and we'll use those just to add a little sparkle. And I want to bring a little bit of goldenness onto the vellum as well, but into the corners where we don't have all of our embellishments. Okay, so there you have a beautiful card using the vellum and the big huge greeting on the front of it as your main focal point, and then just a few little sprigs, and it would look beautiful whether you have those little sprigs or not, right? Okay, and you get to use up those pieces. All right, so card number one. All right, so we're going to use the same concept, only this time I'm going to use vellum. I'm so excited for this one. And I'm going to use my favorite piece from the Joy of Christmas. So this is one of the Joy of Christmas papers. It's so pretty. I love it. And I'm going to pull in, this is another one of the big greetings. May your Christmas be merry and bright. Okay, now I have gone ahead and I have taken this greeting and I have gone ahead and stamped it with the Versamark, and I've embossed it with white embossing powder in 4 different colors that are within these papers. Okay, so I've got Old Olive, I've got Shaded Spruce, I've got Cherry Cobbler, and I have got Real Red. Okay, the reason why I chose 4, you may know where I'm going with this, is we have 4 lines. Right? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to chop these up. All right. So this is another reason why I love these big, huge stamps, is because you can actually cut in between the words and you can mix and match to make a really cool greeting. Okay. So I have got all of the words there in red. So really, if I pulled out 4 sheets of paper, I could make this card 4 times. Okay. Now, one of our focal points tonight is vellum. So I'm going to make sure that I am using vellum as part of this design. Okay. Because I wanted to show you how you can use this stamp set, and then you can use your gorgeous vellum. Okay, so I'm making my piles. All right, so I pre-embossed everything, but I wanted to show you quick and easy chopping. 2, and then I'm going to decide which way I want this pattern to go. I think I'm going to go like a red and a green and a red and a green. Okay, but use all of the colors, and it's going to look so cool. And we're going to actually lay them over some vellum, and it's going to give us that gorgeous floating technique. Okay, so let us see what we've got here. Okay, so now we have to decide. I'm going to bring in a piece of vellum. There we are here. And we have to decide which way we want this pattern to go. So I think we're going to go, I'm going to start with a bold color. May your, and then I'm going to go here, Christmas. Be merry. Oh, I love it. And be merry and bright. Okay, so this is going to look very cool. I'm going to use my tear tape because I'm going to be gluing this over top of vellum. And we are going to do the floated technique in that we are going to stick these on, and we're going to have some gaps in between. And it's going to look like, we could use a window sheet and have it completely clear, but I sometimes like to do this with the vellum because it has a nice frosted look, and it's going to look like these words are just floating here on the vellum. Okay, so let's start with, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I got to get all these other pieces out of the way, and we will be using those. Maybe I'll do up different patterns of the same beautiful paper, but we will do that. I'll finish them off for the other 3, and I will post them so you can see it on different patterns. Okay, so I'm going to start here. For lining these up, I like to go put this paper on the side because then I can see it better for lining it up. That's the way that my sight line works. Okay, so I'm going to go May your, and then we're going to go Christmas. Now, they are different widths, which is kind of cool too. They're not all uniform, like the same width, the papers, but I'm going to put about the same width of space in between them. So we're going to go May Your Christmas. And then, let's see here, Be Merry, like that. Love it. So I'm taking the time to line them up nicely. Be merry, and then we're going to do this one and bright, like that. Perfect. So see that? May Your Christmas. Oh my goodness. Be merry has to go before the and bright. Out of order. I need a sign. Good thing this is vellum. Oh my goodness, I'm lucky there. I need an out of order sign. Okay. I thought for sure you guys would yell at me. Okay. Thank you, Judy. You probably noticed that right away. There's a delay in my comments. It's okay. I can pull it off the vellum. Thank goodness. Okay. Whew. Take 2. Be merry. And now we can be right. And bright and right. There we go. Whew. I'm glad I noticed it now. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so now I'm going to just trim this, and I'm going to trim all this. Okay, and we've got our vellum in between. It looks so cool. And look at that greeting with the vellum in between. Isn't that fabulous? Okay, so now let's bring in our card. I'm going to put this down. Okay. So let's go. I've got to make sure I'm opening the right way. Oh my goodness, we've all done that before, haven't we? Put our card together upside down. That would just happen right now after I did the words in the wrong direction, the wrong order. Okay, so there is one. And then the nice thing is now I can pop this whole greeting out, and I can do that by putting my dimensional in the spots where the cardstock is. So I'm going to actually use up some of these chunks, and I'm going to put them down on the top and on the bottom where it's wider. And then I could, just so it stays nice and popped up, I'm going to pop in just a couple of these ones, just because I want to make sure it stays nice and lifted, because that's going to make a better look to this cool card. And that's still wide enough, you're not going to see them. Okay, see how you don't see all these dimensionals on the back, but we've got this cool frosted look, which breaks up the busyness of our pattern, and you can still kind of see it underneath, which is nice. So I'm going to go like that. Look at that. Look at how simple and beautiful that is, using all the paper, all the colors in the paper, right? I love it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take, again, this was a scrap when I was cutting this paper down. There's a little scrap left, and I'm going to add this to the bottom of this piece, which is going to go on the inside. I'm going to add it to the inside of this card, just like that. Because it is a darker card base, you want to make sure you put a lining in there. So when you're doing that, grab some of your beautiful paper you've just cut up and add just a little bit to the insert of your card, right? Okay. There we go. All right, so if I wanted to, let me just see what I've got. These are all my bits and pieces left over from making my tag kits up, which have all gone off in the mail today. So all the tags have gone off in the mail today. So if you are doing my tag class, you can see that arriving within the next week. But I've got still a little bit of greenery, so I might do a little bit of greenery. But you know what I've also got? Look at this little deer. Oh my goodness, I think I need a little deer on there. These are just little pieces I have in here, little treasures. You never know. This is my little treasure box. I love that little deer. I definitely need to put that, and I'm going to put 3 little sprigs. Okay, I think the deer is so cute. And its head is going to be right in there by the greeting, and we'll add some embellishments. And I think we're going to have a beautiful card, a beautiful vellum and joy to you card is what we've got. Let me just pop this reindeer up so it's level. I think that's a real cute addition. Now this is from the Grassy Grove. I have used, oh my gosh, I have used these little reindeer from the Grassy Grove. There's like a mama and there's a baby, and I have used it for so many cards. The silhouettes are just so pretty, and I used them again on my one of my Christmas tags this year. There. Oh, that's cute. Okay, so let's add a little bit of greenery here and some embellishments. And with this beautiful backdrop of our words on the vellum as the focal point on the beautiful backdrop of papers, you're not going to need a whole lot. Okay, in fact, I'm trying to decide whether I even want to add the greenery. I guess I will add it a little bit. I'll add a tiny bit. I'll add, yeah, I will. I'll add 3 sprigs. It doesn't really need it, but I've got them here. And I've poked out all the pieces. So let's see what we've got. We'll add this one up here like that. Okay, and another one. Okay. Oh, I'm glad you are loving the words. I know. When I see stamps like this, like for this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you've got 6 different chunks, or you could just do it all in one color and then maybe do like green with white for just to highlight 1 or 2 of them, right? So I love the way that that looks. So I'm going to do a little bit of greenery over here too. Just on this one, like that. I gotta watch more my, I'm gonna have to go inside, I think. There, like that. There. So add a little bit of greenery here and there. That's perfect. Not too much, but just a little bit. We don't want to take away from the beautiful words in which we created using all those colors. I'm even going to add a little bit of sparkle on our vellum here, just like that. And 1, 2, 3. I like to do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to do 1 back the other direction. 5. Okay. So there you have it. So there is our beautiful cards using those nice, bold, beautiful greetings here. We still have peace and joy to you and yours. Wishing you a very Merry Christmas. So that's a smaller one, but still you could do that in vellum. Like the sample in the actual mini catalog has white on vellum, and it looks beautiful and overlays some of these papers. So there is a couple samples for you using the stamp set. And again, use up those scraps, add them to the inside of your cards, add them to your envelopes, and just make those cards just that little bit extra special using up your scraps. Okay. All right, so for those of you who want to know or see one of the samples that I've got using the Trucking Along, I do have, let's see, I've got all the bucket of pieces. One of the cards is going to actually be using this paper, and all I can say is it's going to be so cute. That's the base of it. But it's going to be using the red and some black and that paper, and it's going to be a cute little truck. It's going to be awesome. But this one here is a birthday one, in the set. So that's one of the cards. And then I will share sneak peeks of the other two. And like I said, if you happen to place an order with me using the host code and you get the trucking along, I will have these kits. I've got 15 of them, the first 15 of them ready to go, and I'll be making more after that, and I will mail them out. And then probably about 2 to 3 weeks from now, I will put on a free live class. You can grab the pieces because you will already have them done, and everyone can join that class. But for those of you that happen to use that host code and grab that bundle through me, you're going to have all the pieces pre-cut and shipped to you for the class. Okay, so that's going to be a little bonus for you and a little thank you. All right. Okay, everyone, that is a wrap for tonight. And I want to thank you so much for joining me, taking a look and finding out how you can get those deals with the last chance list, which is now going live in less than 2 hours. So like I said, if there's things that you want out of the holiday catalog, they will go so fast. They always do. And once they're gone, they're gone, with the exception of some things that are carrying over that I shared with you in the book. But make sure for that, the last couple bundles that we checked out in the back of the book there that are on the 40% off, the 50% off, make sure you do the separate codes, because if you keep it as a bundle, you're not going to get the deal. So that is the lesson to be learned tonight, okay? Some things you got to separate them up to get the deal, okay? Okay, well, thank you. Thank you all for joining me, and I will see you first thing in the morning on Thursday morning, 6:30 a.m. And we're going to make some quick and simple 5-minute card designs, okay? All right, take care, everyone, and thanks again for joining me. Have a good night.